This is Eric here at Peachtree Classic Cars with a 1956 Ford short bed truck. This is kind of what we call a rat rod truck or a shop style truck. Kind of depends on what you want to do with it. I wanted to start the video with the hood up. I don't normally do this. Normally I take it for a drive first, but kind of doing it in reverse because of the sunlight this morning. Just wanted to show you under the hood real quick. So this is an original 6-cylinder truck and it's been modified. It's got a Camaro donor vehicle underneath it, but it's actually got a Ford 302 V8 with a Ford automatic transmission. And this truck, this engine runs great. Doesn't smoke. I don't know how many miles are on it. I know people like to ask questions like that. Don't know a lot about the donor vehicle history, but I do know that this has been a really reliable running shop truck for me and really easy to drive. It's got power steering and power disc brakes, independent front suspension. It's got a nice looking engine dress kit, not a cheap one, which I really appreciate. And under the hood too as well, this has got a lot of rusty patina on it, but this is not a rust bucket truck. It's got a little bit of rust here and there. You can see some holes right there in the front and a few intentional spot weld patches here and there. And guy that I got this truck from, he actually builds these trucks fairly often, and oftentimes he leaves those little spot welds here and there. One of the things that was always a little bit of a pain on these trucks is getting the since they're not brand new anymore, is getting the hood to sit all the way down like you want it to. So here I am, obviously in the video, playing with the hood a little bit to get it lay down perfectly, but the hinges do work and it does sit up on its own. So one thing about this truck is appears to have been an old Bell South truck. Maybe it was a service truck at some point. Obviously it didn't look like this, but that old green and yellow was the colors in Alabama and Georgia of the Bell Systems, is what they were called back in the day, Bell Systems before Bell South truck. And there's actually still a sticker, and I took a picture in the still photography of a safety guideline sticker right on the dashboard that is synonymous with these old trucks that were service trucks, because they wanted their service technicians to remember safety first and not to be rushing and things like that. So overall the body's fairly straight. Keep in mind, I mean, this is supposed to be, a rat rod, so when I say fairly straight, I mean there's no ginormous, this wasn't a truck with a tree growing up in it out in a field or a tree had fallen on it or anything like that. That being said, I mean, upon closer inspection, there's some rust pops here and a little spots there. This is probably the worst spot, if you want to call it, and I don't think anybody should be buying this truck to restore it to perfection. I suppose if you wanted to, you could. But I think that the value in this truck to me is the fact that it's got a patina. The only thing I personally wish that he would have done a little bit differently when he patinaed this is maybe completed a sandblasting back here. It's got so much yellow on it, on the bed and not on the front. But, it still looks kind of cool. And I'm not a huge fan of yellow, and I'm not too shy to give my personal opinion. I am trying to sell this truck, but I typically try not to act like a used car salesman and try to say things I don't believe. So that's why I do these videos. I want to show things. So nice and smooth here around the rear fender wells. The actual bed itself is very smooth and clean overall, which is really nice. Even the back of the bed, a few dings and dents like normal for being worked on, but nothing out of the ordinary. Just a pressure treated lumber bed just to give it a little bit of wood in the back, and it looks really nice. It's still really usable. Even back here, this actually had something on here that says Rescue Squad. I don't know if somebody made a I don't know what that's about. I don't know if somebody made a rat rod out of it years ago and wrote that on there, or if there was a legitimate rescue squad that this was used for. It's kind of the fun thing about these old vehicles. You never know for sure. So continuing here, you've got just the same on the other side of the bed. A couple little rusty spots here, but other than that, really nice smooth fender wells. One of the things is the bottom of the cab. These are original cab corners, and they're really smooth on the outside, on both sides. If you take a look at the other side as well, and even the bottoms of the doors, they're not all rusted out, which really I really appreciate. So even this this fender here is nice and smooth all the way around, and then it looks like a small impact here, probably drove into something in the garage, that little dent right there. So top's in pretty good shape, a few little dimples along the top there, and a few little spots in the drip well. Original glass. This is the old original glass, and I don't even see a date on the Georgia State Patrol inspection. Oh wait, if I look closer, it looks like it says 1974. So it looks like that an old 1974 inspection sticker, which they don't even do those in Georgia anymore. Like I said, the bottoms of the doors look good, and actually that may be a patch panel. In fact, now that I take a closer look, yeah, there's a little patch panel that was put on there. So that's why the bottoms of the doors look good. Of course, you could finish that off and make it look a lot nicer if you wanted to, but it looks like both sides of the doors have been done like that. Windows do roll up and down. I'm trying to wait for my camera to adjust there. There we go. All the windows have glass in them. This one's actually got a brand new piece of glass. Some of the old glass is smoked up, really keeping consistent with the old kind of you know, shop truck rat rod style look. The nice thing is that's the original windshield, and there's not any, you know, hard chips in it or anything like that. It could continue to still be used. Original gauge in here does not work. These aftermarket gauges do. Actually, I believe the voltage meter is not hooked up, but the oil pressure and the temperature gauge do work. I've never seen the truck run over 180. It has a cutoff switch here, and in a second we're going to take it for a drive. This switch has to be on for the key to run, and has to be flipped off to turn the truck back off. Other than that, nice unmolested dashboard, which I really like to see. My camera's doing weird things there. It's going out of focus. There we go. I think it's just the lighting this morning. And then also we pulled the original bench and put a brand new upholstery back on it. So that's got brand new vinyl. It looks really nice. For all the rat roddy look, I still really prefer original seats. I pull bucket seats out of trucks all the time, and we kind of laugh at the shop. We say, we pull that out and throw it as far as you can. I hate aftermarket 90s model bucket seats in these old vehicles. And I'm saying that I'm getting ready to do a video on another truck, and it's got bucket seats in it, but I couldn't find the original bench to put back, but if I could, I would have. So I'm really happy that the original bench is in here. Step ups or surface rust. One thing I appreciate too is he put the full clip in when he welded this, which I actually said, hey, next time you build a truck, if I'm going to buy it, I want the whole clip welded in. So that's the whole front Camaro clip welded in all the way back, which to me is the preferred way to do it. Obviously, if you're looking for the expensive stuff, you're looking for a Mustang 2 front end or something. And then some patches that have been done in here in the floor pans. But I just want to show underneath here, no major rust. It's got Flowmaster exhaust, and it sounds really nice. A little spot of rust here. Other than that, inside the fender wells are in good shape. And keep in mind, this inside piece right here, that's the bed. Continuation of the bed. Lights work. Headlights work. I think even the turn signals work, but I'm not positive. Actually, they may not. But I know that the headlights and tail lights, brake lights all work for sure. I know that the windshield wipers don't work. Boy, my camera is really messing around with adjusting this morning. Looks like there's a spot there with some brand new metal, and not exactly sure why that got cut out in a triangle like that, but got some new metal here. There was one other thing that I thought was noteworthy. It's got a brand new factory style floor mat in it. If you look really close, you'll see it kind of is a little bit wavy. This because of the new automatic transmission, there's a panel here that is sticking up a little bit higher than factory, and so maybe heating up that original rubber and trying to stretch it out just a little bit to get it to lay flat would be a good thing to do, but I didn't want to mess with it and manipulate it too much. I wanted to let the next person who owns it do what they want to with it. Well, let's fire it up and take it for a drive and finish off our video here. So like I said, we're going to flip this switch up and we're going to use the key in the column, and it does lock the steering wheel. Tap the gas pedal one time, and you know, that's how old trucks are. She's still running a little bit cool. Love power steering. Got a great sounding exhaust. Transmission shifts out nice. Truck drives super straight. Like I said, it's got power steering, independent suspension, so it actually rides really nice. Love the sound of the exhaust. It's a really nice classic truck sound. Well, there you have it. It's a 1956 Ford F100 short bed shop truck, and this one's really ready for the road. I personally wouldn't do, I wouldn't do anything else to this truck. I'd put gas in it and drive it. Maybe put a radio in the glove box or something. PeachTreeClassicCars.com.